Hello and welcome to today's edition of Horses Loud. Now, unfortunately, Cammy can't be with us as he's had to attend a steward's inquiry into a drinking race he was taking part in this afternoon. But I suppose we have to go on without him. Ah, you made it! Oh.
Hi, everybody! Hi, Nicholas.
Hey, better late than ever.
I'm not
You're
late.
late.
I'm not late. I've been doing a little bit of research.
Oh yeah? On what?
I've been trying to get some idea of what the horses go through in a race, and I've just completed the Chris Kamara hurdle.
Oh God, what kind of hurdles does this involve?
I had to jump over the sofa in my hotel room, 2 badly parked cars outside the hotel, 3 security barriers, and 4 unconscious 6 feet tall leprechauns.
They're like my brothers.
They were in the bar next door, who I swear were sober when I left them at 6 o'clock this morning.
Right, Cammy, you've interrupted now the running order. Enough of that. It's time to introduce our guests.
Hey!
So, we've got our resident tipster, Tom Stanley. He's back alongside Odds Bible's very own Danny Archer. They had a great day today. Well
Hi,
done
Tom.
yesterday. Lots of tips.
That was a good response.
Hi, Tom. We'll pick you up on your tips in a little bit.
He's just arrived. He may be the poshest man on TalkSport.
Hey!
He is definitely the poshest man here tonight. It is Rupert Bell.
Hey, how can he be the poshest man here tonight? I'm from Middlesbrough.
Was he doing the hurdles with you, or you know?
Your yellow cord. I'm not good.
We've also got the recently retired jockey of all trades, David Cross. He's back alongside the weighing room legend, Matty Batchelor. Hey, round of applause.
Just for the record, Davey is still riding. I know you're saying we're doing medicine jobs.
He had a pop at me when I came in and said, "You better get the intro right."
And finally,
So I
guys,
did.
finally,
Finally.
This is the man.
Long before the Sutton goalkeeper ate all the pies, this fella ate all the pies, didn't you? And I used to sing it to him on the pitch as well. Away all the pies, away all the pies. yeah, careful.
You're
The
just
wonderful Mickey Quinn.
Listen, you're just jealous. He had a better moustache than you back in
He
the
did
day.
have a better moustache than me, and he once scored a hat-trick for Newcastle United when I was playing for Leeds.
4 actually.
He scored 4.
well, there you
On
go.
my debut with the number 9 shirt on. You did have the last laugh though. You won the league. That's
Mickey, you
We did.
absolutely love Cheltenham, right?
love it. To
Why do
death.
you keep coming back? What makes it so special for you?
It's the buzz. I'm a racing fan.
Yeah, you are.
I'm also a racing trainer on the flat though, but there's nothing like coming here, bumping into the lads. Wednesday is footballers' day. I always come on a Wednesday. You meet a lot of the old lads that I used to play against, and it's just a crack. It is absolutely brilliant, and I love winning a few quid.
Just in case people don't know, once Mickey retired from football, he is now a horse racing trainer. How's the horses
In
going?
Newmarket. Yeah, whereas this is the epitome for the Jumps boys, Cheltenham, we're just gearing up for the flat Doncaster a week Saturday. So got a few on the go. Hopefully we'll strike early. Looking forward to it.
Oh, great stuff. And Matty Batchelor's with it. Matty, Davey,
By the way-
I've got to be honest. It's him that put me up to that retired line.
I thought you got me on the show to be with my former Come Down With Me contestant.
What?
Yeah, we did the racing version of Come Down With Me.
Yeah.
And Matty won it.
Because he was on salads.
But he docked me 2 points because he's teetotal and I put sherry in his trifle and wine in his stew.
2 points. Oh, that's fair
He
enough,
won it, though,
actually.
he
I
won it.
think
Oh,
you're
yeah.
right.
And he's been an alky ever since.
Weighing room legend.
I've been called worse.
And Davey, what were you up to today?
I was doing a few boxes up in Cheltenham for Close Brothers
Tip
and
any
a
winners?
few others. I did the winner in the first and Footpad. He was my nap of the day, which he was 5-6 when we tipped him up last night, and he went 5-6 on in the end. He was my nap of the meeting, so it was very good, and it's great to see Noel Feely have another winner. He's like fine wine. He's getting better with age. He's definitely.
Didn't you ride a great race, eh?
Yeah, he did. Like if that horse got beat, he'd have been an unlucky loser. He made desperate mistakes second last and again at the last, and he got him up on the lines. Serious jockey.
It just goes to show if they're good enough, even if they make mistakes, they'll still win.
Yeah, best horse 9 times out of 10 will win, regardless of the jockey. We'd always say, do you know what I mean? So it's all about getting on the right horses. You know, and Noel had a bit of luck today. He he was on the best horse, and he's got a Cheltenham Festival winner, so fair play to him.
Great stuff.
Matty, I have to ask you, what kind of pressure will the jockeys be feeling this week, or do they treat it like a normal day?
They treat it like a normal day, like the big boys, like your David Russells and Rubies. It's just like every year they do. They come back, they expect to have 2-3 winners a day, 2-3 winners a week. So it's not to them. It's just the young lads, like take Jack Quinlan today. Fancied horse in the Supreme Novice Hurdle.
Big day for him.
Big day for him. Doesn't really get to ride like second favourites in races like that. So he stepped up to the plate and went out there and done the job.
I suppose we should ask the boys over here, and of course Rupert.
Yeah, we haven't really
Thanks for
introduced
joining
Rupert, have
us.
we, properly?
How was your day today, Rupert? What did it involve?
Picking up Alan Brazil at 5:15 in Broadway, driving him
Off the floor.
No, he was basically.
I thought that's what you meant.
When I turned up in Broadway, there was no street lighting except for a red light at the end of the street, and that was Alan Brazil's head.
That'll get back.
That will get back, and you'll never live it down.
Oompa Loompas.
And you've been
Anyway.
doing great radio as well today.
I did Cheltenham Radio. I did Talk Sport morning at Cheltenham Radio, Talk Sport commentary, then Cheltenham Radio, and a pint of beer. Well, it's just gone.
well
There it is.
deserved
It's gone,
point.
yeah.
Tom and Danny, I have to ask you guys. You did really well yesterday, didn't you?
Well, I wouldn't say really. We put up a few, didn't we? We started well, and then I burned out personally. But we had Somerville Boy, which was kind of the team spirit,
Yes,
wasn't it?
I was on
We all
that
like
too.
that.
It was great.
Footpad was the nap for plenty. Shantou Flyer nearly did us a trick, but was second, and then I went downhill.
Bouvet there did the business impressively. When he went out to 4-6, I think he great value there. Mr. Whittaker in the final race at 8-1 was a nice winner to finish with.
Mellon ran a great race though, didn't he? Even though I backed Bouvardet, I
Bouvet, I don't
thought
think he jumped well
Paul
enough for me, Cam,
Townend
as he
was
usually can, but he
marvellous.
showed what a classy horse he is, and I wouldn't be surprised if he could win a third champion hurdle next year. I think he's going to be the new kid on the block who will stay there.
great stuff. Just before we move on, Rupert, I've got to talk to you about your son, Ollie. Yeah, are you pleased for him? He's the megastar that you always wanted to be.
Hey, Rocket. It's cost me a fortune, Rocket. Anyway.
You know how sons normally go to their dads for money? Is it weird that it's the other way around?
What did I come here for? Anyway, I'm very proud of the little. Anyway, no, he's good looking. Mother was good looking, and no, he's. You're not wrong. So, anyway, happy days. No, I'm very proud of him. He's doing all
He's doing a
right.
wonderful job.
Yeah, and,
well done. You only get it from your jeans.
Oh, yeah, exactly. He has
He's got trousers on, yeah?
Right, enough. Well, we've bashed for Rupert enough. Cammy wants to make a few extra quid this week, so we picked up a few shifts driving a black cab. And guess whose first fare was?
Thank you. Is that it? What about a tip for the champion chase tomorrow then, John?
God, giving you tips, dear, oh dear, oh dear. The whole race has been really affected by this Altior injury. Now, how can you bet 9-4 on, 2-1 on, the banker of the meeting, the best racehorse in the world, you could say, over fences, and now it's gone to odds against when it was 9-4 on and 2-1 on. So, but I love Altior. I'd love him to win. It was all laid up for Altior, but bookmakers, how much more can you bookmakers push out Altior if it turns up?
He's
to say,
that classy. That I think, despite
I
the
agree,
problems,
but
he
can
will
you
still
back
win.
him? Can you lump on? That is the problem for punters, heavy hitting punters who really go for their horses. Can they lump on a horse who's had pus in its foot for the last 48
When
hours?
I hear that, I can't be having him
I
either,
know.
and I think he was going to continue to drift in the market. I think the Mullins ones will be back. But you know what? Look for a big price. Have you looked at God's Own? He's around 50-1. I think you could outrun those odds for Tom George.
Well, go and put go and put
A
him
small
in.
stake.
Yeah, a small stake. Yeah, but Altior, he should win. He's the best horse in the race. But can you, any punter in the world, lump on? Cammy, you're a wealthy man. You like a really lumpy bet. Could you back Altior once he's got pus in his foot? Are you saying that Nicky Henderson doesn't know what he's doing? He shouldn't turn up on the track.
I'd never say Nicky doesn't know what he's doing. That's one thing for certain. Right, time's up. Out me cab. I need to get another fare.
Yeah, look at that. Authentic as well. What a legend. What, me driving that cab?
No, I'm talking
You mean
about
John
John
McCreary?
McCreary.
He was a legend, wasn't he? Because he introduced Tic Tac to the houses from the television screens, and all of a sudden people began to know what bottle was and 9 to 4.
By
And
the smell of this panel, you want to introduce Tic Tacs to the panel?
You know they say you get bad breath when your bottle's gone, and he's went.
right, tomorrow, let's look towards tomorrow's racing. That's easy for me to say.
Tomorrow, of course, it is the Queen Mother Champion Chase.
I only had a shandy, I swear.
Yeah, what's in that plastic cup there?
Yeah.
Listen, tomorrow, as we said, the Queen Mother Champion Chase. Altier was another one of the good things this week. However, he drifted out to 11-2 on Monday after news came in that he was lame. However, Nicky Henderson has come back and said he's fit. It won't impact on his performance. He had a dream return
Hang on
in
a second,
Newbury.
Nick. As a horse racing trainer, one of your horses has got a bit of pus underneath its foot. How long does it take to heal?
Usually 24, 48 hours. What it is, it's pressure. So the farriers put the shoe on, and it's like breaking in shoes. Too tight, you get a little bit of an abscess there. It's uncomfortable for the horse, so the horse doesn't want to stride out. So you take the shoe off, release the pressure, lance the abscess, and the horse is just comfort again.
Yeah.
Put the shoe back on, it should be fine. It should be fine.
Okay.
So if there's any value in the price because of that, lump on!
11-10, guys.
Hey,
11 to
there you
10.
are. Those worried about what the injury was. It's all been
Yeah.
explained.
Well,
Yeah.
Duvan is now joint second favourite after he's declared, and Ruby Walsh has chosen to ride him. You've also got Min as well. Paul Townend has got the ride. Both are 3-1, and Min just looked quality, I thought, in the Carl Dublin Chase. But I actually think God's Own could outrun his odds for Time George at 50-1. You might think I'm absolutely crazy saying that. And last year's winner, Special Tiara, as well, is in there 28-1. So I suppose we should get everyone's thoughts.
Yeah, Davey, would you go with Altior?
I thought last year Sherbel Kim Bailey's horse was giving him a run for his money. Turning in, he looked like Sherbel was actually going to win the race until he fell 2 out. For me, I'd be against Altier. I like to take on favourites a little bit. Duvan would be an obvious one. He's class horse, rated 170, same as the Altier. But for me, I'm actually going to go with Min. He was second in Supreme, and obviously he's got course form. He's an in-form horse. He's a horse coming into the race with no question marks about him. They're going to go lickety-split up front. There's 3 front runners in the race, and that'll help the horse settle. He was very impressive the last day when Special Tiara went off like a bomb out in front at Leopardstown, and I'm going to go for it. There's a bit of value with him, and there's no question marks, as where there is a question mark in my eyes for Altier and Duvan.
But I talked to you yesterday about the jockeys picking the wrong horse, and Ruby did it again today because Paul Townend nearly won on Mellon. If Min is the better of the two, wouldn't he be riding Min instead of Duvan?
Well, Ruby's been sitting on Duvan at home, and he's obviously given him the feel like he used to before. But for me personally, come back from a horse haven't had run for a year, it's a massive, massive ask. And Min is in form. He's fitting well. There's no question marks about him. I'm very surprised Ruby actually went for Duvan over Min.
We were watching that last race today, Matty, and you told us when was it? You won it?
In 2005, the last race, yeah.
What was the horse?
King Harold.
King Harold.
Yes, the Bradstock. So.
Yeah. What was that feeling like? Because we asked Davey yesterday to ride a winner at Chelsea.
It's brilliant. It's just when you're as a jockey, you want to ride there. When you actually get a chance to ride a winner there, when you don't sort of get good rides there, to come down that chute, the people cheering, it's just amazing. It just shows you how good horses always win there, so it shows you how good Bushkeeper was for him to win it. He must have been an absolute machine. But yeah, for tomorrow, Altier, I just think he won last year's Arkle, the Supreme Novices before.
Maddie, we can't hear you. Do you want to take that mic?
He's got all the right credentials to win. God's Own, I think he's better on a flatter track. He always runs well at Liverpool, so for me, Liverpool, he always runs well there.
So I'm being ridiculous by saying he might outrun
absolutely
his
ludicrous.
odds.
No,
Okay. Okay, who are you tipping?
Altier, yeah.
Yeah.
Altier for me. Class horse. I was so impressed. Newbury, when he beat
He
Polito.
wasn't half fit that day.
When he beat Polito, they went a good gallop and he's impressive. I love Duvan. It's one of my favourite horses, national lunch horses as well. But as we've seen with Faheen, he was out of sorts. He's going to come back. If anyone can get him fit, Willie Mullins can, but It's a tall ask
After a
against
year.
something like Altior for me. Doubled it up with Footpad as the nap double of the week.
Okay.
Any of our experts over there going to oppose these three?
I think he's a pretty good bet, to be honest. Only one horse out of 106 who came back when Altior did went on to win at the Cheltenham Festival, but the other one was Riverside Theatre, and that was trained by Nicky Henderson. I think Altior's High Chaparral, he might not like the ground so much. I think he's the class horse in the race. Duvan, it'll probably be one of the best training performances of all time if he gets him back to win that. I think God's Own Special Tiara, ground's too soft for them. I think Altior, I think he'll be over his problem. 11 to 10, that might be a better value if you're going in hard.
It's not right for the tipster to sit on the fence, is it? I can't make my mind. I was all over Altior, but I've got a niggling doubt about this problem for all the guys, a panel of experts and who know horses far better than I do. I just got this. They were here a second ago. They're coming. They're on their way. I'll probably, genuinely, I'll make a decision just before the race and just get stuck into something, just seeing which way the prices go. I do agree. I don't know why Ruby's on Duvan. I think it might be if Duvan would have won it and he wasn't on it, I don't think he'd be able to live with himself. I wonder if that's what it is.
They don't talk about Min in the same as they do as Duvan, do they?
Exactly.
It's Min, the horse. They think that's why I worry with Min.
Not in the same vein. Right, we've got some questions in. Shall I give you some questions?
Go for it.
All right. Is it time for Forheem to retire from Sean Bowen? No, Sean Brown. Sean Bowen would have written that in, wouldn't he? All right, Sean.
Sean Brown.
Sean Brown. Is it time for Forheem to retire? He's 10. No, maybe.
No.
He's got stayers, right?
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah, that's what Rich said. I mean,
Do you know, I think they did a job. They got Charlie Parks, McManus team, to take him on up top, and they bottomed him from the front. And maybe not. No, leave him in. What do you think?
2 bad runs. His days, the best days are behind him.
So Ruby Wolf said Fahim ran flat. I think he was over 2 miles. I don't think he's the same horse anymore. You could try him over the stairs, but do you really want to campaign a horse like that who's been so good and then go down that route?
How old is
10
Baby?
now.
10.
1 more year.
Do you think he should be retired?
I like to see when horses reach their peak. I don't like to see them being flogged. He's reached his peak a year ago, and I would actually like to see him retired. It's like Tony McCoy. He retired at the top because he couldn't cope with going out. Someone else being champion jockey. You should always retire at your peak, I believe.
It's a bit like jockeys who go on when they shouldn't go on. They just keep going. And
Bit like you, Matty.
I've been semi-retired for years.
Tom, any more questions?
More questions. Yes, we've got. This one just says. This is from Rich. It just says. Obviously, Rich doesn't value anyone's opinion. We've got tips to call over here, but he just says. This is to Mickey. Tips for tomorrow, please. So there you go. What do you fancy tomorrow?
Do you know
What's
what
it now?
I was saying to Matty earlier, I fancy Lizzie Kelly's ride. Not Lizzie. Not Lizzie. Esprit, what was it called? Espremosa in the juvenile.
Fred Winter.
Fred Winter handicap hurdle, juvenile. I watched it run at Taunton. Lovely big horse. She was tootling along there, about 15 lengths off the pace. It was jumping like a jumpy thing. It was travelled like a travelling thing.
You can tell you're a flat trainer.
And then, all of a sudden, the winner never come back. But I thought, a galloping track, bit more juice in the ground, tailor-made, 12 to 1. I'm on!
So you say Lizzie Kelly gave a bad ride?
I said she was picking her nose when the winner went through.
Hey, she wasn't picking her nose today.
She's
What a ride
different
she
gravy
gets
today,
today.
so it's different gravy.
Guys.
So yeah, Esprit.
And the yard won it last year as well, so they know what they're doing.
The Ballymore, we have to talk about that next. Now, Sam Crow is considered one of the probably the most talked about horse of the week. Would everyone agree? Do you think he's a hype horse?
That's right. I think he probably is the aeroplane, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think Deaf Duty was the Irish hype horse last year, but I think he's much classier than him.
Yeah.
He won over 2 last time. He steps up to 2.5 miles. That's probably his trip. Longer in time. I think he's an absolute banker.
But also, the Ballymore is a speed race for me. Lots of horses win that and drop back to a champion hurdle trip. Yes, it's over 2.5, but you can be a speed horse and win that. I think Sam Crow is a speed horse, but I wouldn't worry about the ground for him either. There's always one novice hurdler every year that people get stuck into. The Irish get stuck, and I think he is a fairly good thing to be.
Rupert, can you oppose Sam Crow?
I'm blessing Sam Crow on his way to win because we are seeing the second coming. Bless your father, for I have sinned. But no, I think Sam Craig could be really special. He looked really lovely yesterday when he was wandering around.
Lads, can we give someone a bit of value though? Because let's be honest, lots of people don't fancy those odds. So is there any each way value in the race?
I've already backed Vision de Flo. He's a horse that came over here with a big hype, a bit of hype from Colin Tizard's yard. He was disappointing on a couple of starts. He then had a wind up. He went to Exeter and he bolted up. That race Colin Tizard has used for some of his best novice hurdlers. Native River won it, and another good horse, I can't remember if Colin Tizard's won it as well, en route to bigger and better things. So we know he targets that race with his good horses, a listed race at Exeter. He was very good on heavy ground that day, so I think each way value, I think he's about 16 to 1, Vision de Flo, so I think that's a bit of a fair price.
I'm absolutely in
So hands up here for Sam Crow. Everybody, who fancies
I
Sam Crow tomorrow?
Each way, so I go Sam
Yeah?
Black Hawk each way, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he was second to Santini last time. Dropping back, I think the trip will suit him, and I think he's pretty interesting with Tom George winning today with Somerville Boy.
And with Sam Crow, you'll probably see him next year. He could run in the Champion Hurdle, as Tom said there. You had Hardy Eustace, he done it. Fahim won it.
Fahim, yeah.
So they've all come back and won Champion Hurdles.
What about the fancies for the Royal Sun Alliance?
Presenting Percy's obviously clear favourite and one we kind of want to keep on side. Can you see Presenting Percy being beaten? I think it'd be very hard to beat.
I'm a big Monolith fan. I think when it won at Leopardstown, one impressive at Leopardstown, and for a novice to jump the way he did, and then when he fell, it was a horrendous fall, and I didn't think he would come back from it. And he come back to Punchestown and won again, and Noel rides it again, and jumped fantastic. I think he's going to take all the beating tomorrow.
Davey?
Presenting Percy was my fancy for this race all year long. I did a preview with Davy Russell last night, and he was putting me off him. I couldn't believe it. I think
why did he put you off? What did he say?
He was just
Very
saying,
shrewd.
Yeah, I think he's trying to push the price out and get on himself. But
it's not working.
No, I've been fancying the horse, and I wouldn't be put off by what he said, because Davy did tip up a 100 to 1 outsider in the Champion Hurdle. And he finished fourth on it, or Identity Theft finished fourth today. He tipped it up at 100 to 1, but he pushed it out because he ended up finishing third in the race. So I wouldn't be listening to David Russell at all. But the horse I do like in it though, Black Courtian.
Do you? Bryony Frost.
I think he's got a cracking shout at 8 to 1. I think he's forgotten about. All he does is keep winning. All you can do is beat what's in front of you. He's won 2 Grade 1s. For me, I think he's an each way good thing for me.
Nicola, you told me Presenting Percy 3 weeks ago. I'm off on the top board and I'm in, all in, Presenting Percy.
No pressure on me, just off the back of my text to you. Is that
it? No, I've watched the horse. Fantastic, jumps tough. He won Cheltenham last year. I think he's that material.
Rupert, it'd be amazing to see Bryony Frost with a winner tomorrow.
It would be wonderful. I'm just obviously going to present some porcelain to make it Presenting Percy does win, but anyway, that's another story.
You love the name Percy, don't you?
But anyway, that's another story. But I like it. I like.
Do you want to tell that story? Feel free.
Is it clean?
It's been a long day. Anyway, Elegant Escape for me, I think, is quite an interesting each-way selection. But Blackcorn, I mean, Paul Nicholls spends the entire season going, I can't believe this, I can't believe this. So the trainer doesn't seem to believe himself what he's seeing with Blackcorn, despite the evidence that he just keeps on winning. Those fact he's got Grade 1 form suggests it just might be possible. And in terms of a story, well, obviously with Lizzie Kelly winning today and then Bryony Frost sort of following that up, that would be, again, another terrific testament to what they are achieving within the sport. So good luck to the
Well, it is Ladies' Day.
It'd be a better story if I was riding it.
Why?
If I came out of retirement to ride this horse, Black Courtian, tomorrow, that would just be a way better story. What do you think? What do you think,
I think it'd be amazing. What do you think, Rupert? No one's seen Ed Natalia for the last 15 years.
Rupert, Paul Nicholls wouldn't let him muck it out, let him ride it.
Oh, Matty, you can only ride in the Channel Islands anyway.
How dare you, Rupert?
Champion jockey 4 years in a row.
Get Ollie Bell in here.
Low blow. Lads, really quickly in the RSA, can we get your final views on
I
who
agree
you
with Matt.
fancy?
I think Monolly jumps really well. That was Salim Good said. Elegant Escape for an each way play, but Monolly, I think he'll serve it up to Presenting Percy. His jumping's his forte. Second out of Bartlett last year. I think he's got leading claims.
All right. Now, throughout the course of the week, it's pretty obvious that a lot of people are going to get up to all sorts of shenanigans, not looking at anyone in particular.
I don't know what you mean. I really don't know what you mean. But anyway, we sent Jessica Bridge off to find out who is quite literally for the high jump.
the Champion Hurdle is, of course, the feature race on day one at the festival, and Ladbrokes have got their very own Champion Hurdle here at the train station. As you can see, absolutely zero expense has been spared on this. I think all of the budget has gone on Cammie's makeup, but anyway, the less said about that, the better. Let's see if punters can get over this thing. Oh, yes. Lovely, lovely form. That was very good. The ground really went for you there as well, didn't it? Oh, nice. Very leggy, yes. Come on, who can get first past the post? You can step over it, jump over it. Yes. Good form, good legs there. Oh, come on. You won't fall over. This is the Ladbrokes Champion Hurdle. Absolutely no expense spared. Oh no, he spilt his beer. Imagine your Bouvedere right now. Gents, off to the races today. White trousers, very brave in this weather. I applaud you. Great socks, by the way. Loving those. The ground really went for you there as well.
Well, I wanted to cut up a bit more. If it's softer, the better, really. Testing conditions and we're in.
Like a pro. I think you've done that before, you know. So I think it's safe to say that racegoers today probably don't need to give up their day job anytime soon and become a jockey or a pantomime horse. However, one thing that is for sure, this bad boy, the Ladbrokes Champion Hurdle, will be making an appearance next year at the festival.
Right, it's time to get down and dirty, and I mean that because nobody mocked up the spilled beer from last night. It's time to play Tipster Twister. Yesterday we witnessed a stunning victory as Robbie from Arsenal Fan TV knocked over Ray Parlour, but fair play to Ray, deserves a medal. He planked for 5 whole minutes. That's an absolute record. Now, competing to keep their dignity and for a £100 charity bet, it's Davy Cross and Mickey Quinn. Now, the rules are simple. I'll ask you each a question. If they get it right, they make a move, and the last man standing wins. And, of course, to help me is my lovely assistant, Cammie.
Who's going first?
Right. I suppose I should ask the question, guys. Right. Which horse holds the record for the most Cheltenham Festival victories? Quevega or Golden Miller?
Quevega.
Oh, whoa, he's fast
Hey,
in.
he's
Okay,
asking
off
me,
you go.
Quinny, that's cheating. Are you going to be okay doing this, or do you want a substitution?
This is you, Davey. This is you. Yellow.
Right
foot.
Start
Right
simple.
Right.
Okay, this is for you, Davey. Which famous Olympian was born in Cheltenham? Paula Radcliffe or Eddie the Eagle?
I'll go with Eddie.
Well done.
Oh, Mickey. Ooh,
Right
green,
foot,
right
green.
foot.
Okay.
Down here, Quinny, down here.
When the Cheltenham Festival... You need to hold him up already.
Pulled a groin already.
When did the Cheltenham Festival originate? 1860 or 1960? Closer to when you were born.
1960.
No, it was 1860.
You got it wrong. You got it wrong.
You got it wrong, so you go again.
Green right hand.
Oh, you're making this.
Right hand.
No,
another one.
Right hand. Right.
Can I just say, Quinny has a bad
They made me deaf, you know. The bells.
Davey, this is very easy. Why was the festival in 2001?
They never played this in Liverpool when you was a kid.
Foot and
Mouth.
Yes.
Quinny, you're in again.
We're giving Quinny another.
You got it right.
Sorry.
You again.
Get
Right
down,
hand.
Quinny. Come on, how's that back now?
Yellow. Left foot. Yellow.
Right, Quinny's just
Yellow.
hear me.
Left foot.
Oh, left foot.
Which horse gave Nico de Boinville his first ever festival winner in
Sprinter
2014? Whisper or Coney Green? I'm giving you a choice here.
Whisper.
Yes,
Yes.
that means Davey has to make a move because he's getting a
Go on,
very
Davey.
easy run of it.
Yes,
Left hand.
green left hand.
Yeah.
Left hand. Oh, go on then, Quinny.
Davey, what's the oldest race of the festival? The Gold Cup or the Grand Annual?
Grand Annual.
Well done.
You again, Quinny.
Right foot. Red.
Try and make it up a little bit, Cammie.
All right. Did he split?
Get back down or you're disqualified.
Which race did Victoria Pendleton ride at the
Nico.
2016 festival?
Sorry.
What race was Victoria Pendleton in? Was it the Fox Hunters or the Kim Muir in 2016?
Fox Hunters.
Yeah.
All day long.
Davey, yellow left hand.
Yellow left hand.
That's your right hand.
Right, this is way too easy. Who wrote these questions? Which airline sponsors the chase race on Thursday? I'm not even giving you an option. Which airline sponsors on
Ryanair.
Thursday? Yes.
Is it still on?
Okay,
Left
Quinny.
hand blue.
Who
was that?
Who am I? I'm asking Quinny a question. How many bread rolls were
Have you
eaten
eaten
at the
today?
festival?
He can't remember.
This is the last question.
Oh, the blood's rushing, yeah.
45,000 or 85,000?
85,000.
Oh, Quinny, I tried to give you a hint, but no, you have to go again.
Gee, Quinny, you're making this
Where
easy.
am I? Where am I?
He's disqualified. Get him out.
Bring the sub on. That's
Subs on. And Davey's a winner. Yeah!
To go there. Right,
dear.
that's it. We're going to go to the social media hub now. Tom Stanley, where are you,
Hello, I'm
Tom?
over here. I'm going to ask
there.
some questions to our lovely audience members. You
Great
can get back
stuff.
in position. First of all, what's your name? Zoe, you did say to me before Twister, is it naked Twister? Why would you ask that? Who would you have preferred to see in that state, Mick Quinn or Dave Cross?
Well, I would have liked one of them to have played with one of my girlfriends.
Oh no, we're pre-watershed. We couldn't have done that. Did you have a good day? Were you at the festival
It
today?
was brilliant. It was great fun. There was a great crowd. It was just lovely, and the weather was brilliant. So,
Back any winners?
I had a second in the first race.
You-
Kalashnikov.
Yeah, you had Kalashnikov.
Yeah, so
I know
that
a
was
few.
all right.
I think Cammy had Kalashnikov as well, but you
Yeah.
did well after that.
Yeah,
Thank
so
you
it was
very
good.
much.
Thank you.
After 9 o'clock, we'll play your Twister. Who else had a good day today? Anybody? Who backed some winners today? Go on, what did you get?
Yes, Rathvinden.
Rathvinden, good shout. That
16
one
to
nice.
1.
Really?
15 quid each way. the
When
night
did you
before.
back that? Night before?
Oh, yeah, night before.
Good lad.
Rathvinden.
Well
Rathvinden.
done. Anybody else?
Yeah, we're
Somerville boy. You've forgotten.
Somerville boy.
Somerville boy.
9 to 1.
Free bets.
Biggest prize winner of the day. Anybody have a double figure shout winning today other than your one anti-post? Anybody big prize winner today?
Somerville boy. We've won then, haven't we? We've won then, haven't we?
Yeah.
We've won.
Somerville boy.
What about Champion Chase wise? Here we go around everyone. Champion Chase. Let's start over here. Champion Chase.
When's the champion
That's
chase?
tomorrow. Well done, Champion Chase. That's what you get here with the tweet. A real Cheltenham fan over there. I love it.
This is my wife.
Oh, well done. Oh, congratulations, sir. Champion Chase, sir.
Min.
Min.
Yeah, men.
Min.
You'd be mad to go against Min.
You're about to go against
Men,
Min.
yeah.
Min. Politolog.
Politolog.
Look at him hiding in the background. Come over here. Really? Tell me why Politolog, sir.
He's got course form. He's fast. And everyone, Altior, Duvan, Min,
Love it.
they all have downsides.
He's a bigger price as well,
Yeah.
isn't he? Right, I'll make my way back. Any other champion chasers we haven't mentioned? I like your opinion. Who would you want?
Duvan to come back and win it.
Duvan to come back and win it?
Yeah, it wouldn't be.
That is a bold shout.
He wouldn't be running tomorrow if he wasn't 100%.
We've got a lot of love over here for Min, but there's a Sly Duvan one, and someone fancies Politolog, but at least it's not God's own, Nicola. That's just mad.
Great stuff. Thanks, Tom. Thank you very much indeed, Tom. The first person disqualified from our Twister.
What for?
For cheating.
What did it do?
Cheating. You didn't put your left hand down and your right hand down, or your left leg in, or your right leg in.
I thought you had to work harder, so you get the charity back.
I did. That's a
Quinny
work
should
hard.
You're going to give Quinny it.
Yeah, I mean, he had to work harder.
Oh,
and
the
he's got a
blood was
bad
rushing to
back.
me head.
Was that fair?
Oh, you had an easy run of
I
it.
thought I was going to faint.
Well, he is an old man and the sciatica is getting to be fair, so.
That's a nightmare. We wanted Drosky to win at least something.
And you're putting me in retirement and you're taking that away from me.
I'm not.
Cammy,
I'm
Cammy,
not.
me and you need to go outside.
I'm not. I'm wanting you to get it. It's Nicola that's killing you.
No, come on. Did I say anything to insult you? It's Cammy. You have a £100 charity bet. Do you know you're going to put it on yet, or will we ask
Yes.
at the end? Go on.
Presenting Pacey.
Oh, my God.
Present
Okay.
No pressure.
Even though Crossy told you that the jockey
David also
doesn't
tried to
fancy
put
it.
him off, yeah.
Right, we are going to talk about the Coral Cup. It's the busiest betting race of the day, probably. Matty, who do you fancy?
I like Max Dynamite. Willie Mullins is. The form is. He ran well in the Melbourne Cup. I think he finished second in the Melbourne Cup. So that's good form, and he knows how to win the Coral Cup. So for me, I think it's about 7 to 1. So Max Dynamite.
The problem with Max Dynamite, though, is there's jumps in the way today. His jumping is a bit of an issue with him. That would be the question mark. I think he's actually quite short. I like a horse from Paul Nicholls' stable again called Top of the Game. Won in deep ground at Sandown the last day. He's a 12-1 shot, and he's a good each way shout in a wide open. It's a wide open race. It'd be easier back to winner at the Grand National than back to winner here, but I do like Top of the Game at an each way price.
I don't think the ground will be soft tomorrow though. It's supposed to be a dry day. So it'll be a bit dead, a bit
It'll be dead, yeah. Still take getting that first race today was 14 seconds slow. So, but it will dry out. It'll probably have ridden better the ground today than it actually will do tomorrow, because as Matty said there, it's going to be drying out, so it'll be like pudding getting through it.
Quinny, do you have
do you know what? I had one picked out for it. A good judge told me to back it, but it runs Friday instead of today. So I didn't really Sire de Burley. Apparently, came out 28 points. No, very good judge. So it's not running the call.
Quinny, we're doing tomorrow's card.
I'm not here Thursday or Friday. Friday it runs. Note.
Don't forget.
Got out of that one well, didn't I?
Have you got any say?
Or at Le Breuil, Ben Paulings. I went to his yard earlier this year, and one of the horses he just said, come and see this horse. I love this horse. Now it seems to be, didn't run that brilliantly started the season. Seems to now, the vibe coming from the yard is very positive, and I think we'll have a very good chance. I see it's been nibbled at with Ladbroke, so thank you very much.
There you go.
And there you go.
We needed that.
So I needed that bit of confirmation there. Thank you very much.
Tom, Danny?
I had two for it. I've backed. One is Mount Muse. I think we'll really appreciate the ground. One on heavy before. Failed novice chaser. Come back over hurdles. Well, not failed, but back over hurdles will suit. Blur Berry is 28-1. He's had one start this season. Paul Townend rides because, of course, Ruby rides Max Dynamite, but it wouldn't be the first second-string Willie Mullins to win a big handicap. I think Wicklow bred for the county hurdle. The ground will be fine. That's a big price, Blur Berry.
Two for me. Dave agreed. The top of the game was impressive at Sandown last time, handless conditions. And Le Breuil has had a difficult season. I don't think he's been right. I was with Rupert at Ben Pauling's yard, and he said he's just getting him right now. I think he's just coming to the boil, and the soft ground won't be an issue. So I think Le Breuil is he's been well backed. I think he's probably the best backed horse in the race. He's one to look at.
Any of the other handicaps, lads? Any picks you like towards the end of the day?
I bumped into John Joe O'Neill today.
That's what I like to hear.
Night Destroyer.
Okay.
It won at Utoxeter. Got beat by New Negra at Market Raising, but he said he's strengthened up since then, working really well at home. So, Night Destroyer and the Fred Winter.
We're going into the second day and nobody's mentioned the Gordon Elliott horse.
I've got one for you in the bumper. Gigginstown don't run many horses in the bumper, and Felix Destiny.
Was that Gordon Elliott?
Yeah. Tell me you're not
I knew that. I was just testing you.
We have 5 minutes to the football, guys, so we're going to run through everyone's best bet.
Felix Desi in the bumper. He's about 6-1, I think, at the minute.
Felix left us hanging there.
And that's Gordon's,
yeah.
So, Manchester United versus Sevilla tonight.
Come on, Sevilla.
Yeah? You back in Sevilla?
Well, I'm an ABU, anyone but United. Especially after the weekend, Cammy.
Even in Europe?
No, they'll win. They'll win.
Score prediction?
I don't think it'll be a goal fest. 2-0.
When it comes to United, yeah.
1-0,
you're not going to get a
2-0.
ton of goals.
But United will go through.
What about the big game, Villa Park tonight?
Oh no, what about the even bigger game, Saturday?
What?
Seagulls!
Tumbleweed goes across the set.
So we're just getting to the score prediction then, shall we?
We don't need one.
Manchester United to win by 2-0 and to score 1 in the first half and 1 in the second.
I'll
There
go
you
with
go.
that. Get it?
Okay, tomorrow is, of course, a very special day here at Cheltenham. So I'm wondering, Cammy, what will you be looking forward to, especially on Ladies' Day?
Ladies?
What about the races?
What races?
Come on, the horse races. Come on.
What, the ladies' race as well? Look, this script's turning me into a perv.
Guys, thank you so much. We don't want to keep you. People want to watch the football. Mickey, Maddie, Davey, of course, Rupert, you dashed across town to get to us. Danny and Tom, you've been brilliant. We'll see you all tomorrow here at 7 o'clock. Same
And we've got to tell them about